So today's Chizzuk from Chassidus is dedicated to all the Gibborei Yisrael, including our Chevra here and the family minyan. It's not a big thing, you think? Oh, to daven, to come to shul, to have a shir in the Shtiebel, life's busy, so people it's a big thing. We're accomplishing big things, and also the Gibborei Yisrael, really, Gibborei Yisrael. My son, as I said already in yesterday's relationship flow, Shir in Shir David, that we had the opportunity to thank Hashem for the Gilui that us Gibborei Yisrael should have access to the firearms they need to protect Am Yisrael, and the weapons we need, the clay Shir, the clay Zameh, the clay Muhammad. We need all kinds of vessels to bring that light. And Rebbe Nachman is going to help us today in the Likutei Moharan and Torah Mem Aleph on the third section of it, and we'll hopefully maybe even finish the Torah today if we're zocher to Shem Mem Beis. We've been talking about the Shem Mem Beis. He's giving us the kalim to be absorbed such light, and now we're going to extend it even to Shin Ayin Nehirin. Shin Ayin Nehirin Me'irin is a very deep concept in Kabbalah. It's bringing down one of the most highest lights. And we're going to talk about how we're going to have the kalim, the vessels, to break all the dinim, all the judgments. And that's, once again, what the Gibborei Yisrael are doing. So thank you, Hashem, for my son having the schus to have a gun license, finally, after fighting for Am Yisrael for almost 3 years with the war and the training and everything else.
Never again.
I hope he doesn't need it, but if he does need it, he's the right person to have it. And he'll hopefully have a Shmer Elyon, like all our Gibborei Yisrael should have heavenly protection to wipe out all our enemies. Amen v'amen. Eitz Chaim, Parakid Gimel, Shem Mem Beis Binah. It says here the Shem Mem Beis Binah, Elohim Mem Beis Hem Shin Ayin, Nehirin Me'irin. This concept that we've been talking about again and again of the 42 letter named is now going into this concept of Shin Ayin. These are the lights that shine. Together with what? With the 8 white hairs. This is very deep. Yeah, I've got definitely more than 8, so I don't know if that's me. Heim ches chavarata gematria b'sholem. Yeah, and this was also the same gematria as b'sholem, and that's the same gematria as shin ayin plus 8. So the shin ayin here in 8 times 42, by the way, is also shin ayin. Can someone do the gematria, the maths? Excuse me. 8 times 42 is 370, according to the Kabbalah over here. Is that correct?
How many times 42?
8. Not correct? Okay, good. Imagine with the Irish.
336.
336. So what usually with that kind of thing, there's a way to add in a few extra letters from somewhere, just to make it work. Because these 8 white hairs also correspond to the points of the cheeks. There's 4 points in the cheek, and also the 4 white hairs of the face. This is Kabbalah, this is supernal beard talk. I don't know if anyone's ever learned about it. I once walked in the Havdo Aleph Milyonim Havdalas to a mosque when I was in university, and they were trying to get me to, like all the cults over there were trying to get me to join them. The Yoshkaniks, everyone was saying, pointing at themselves, Jew in my path. And the only one not pointing themselves was the Chabad Shliach. He wasn't going like that. He was pointing at me, helping me, giving, and I was like, this is the only guy that hasn't got ego. The only one who's actually saying emes, because he's a shliach from the Rebbe. And he's a shliach from the Rebbe. He came there, he's living next to one of the most famous boxers. He used to live right there, called Chris Eubank in England. Yeah, but it's real, tough dude. His son's actually a big boxer now. But, and I went back to Brighton. When I went back there recently, I was in this beautiful brand new shul that's millions of sterling and beautiful. I mean, when I was there, it wasn't there. So, but anyway, so I went into the mosque, and what are the Arabs who were trying to get me, or the converted over there, who were trying to get me to join their Islamic fundamentalist faith, because they were already talking in those ways, even back then, about against the Jews in Israel and all this and that. And I said, I'm on my way to Israel. It says, good, you'll see the truth there. I said, I saw the truth, just wasn't you guys. But anyway, so one of them said to me, you have to join, because today is Moses' beard day. I said, Moses' beard day. Moshe Rabbeinu have Zayin Adar, yeah? No Zayin Adar. Moses' beard day. Because they're into the beard. But the problem is with them, it's the externality of the beard. Yeah? The idea, our beard is, whether we have it manifest or not, it brings us, because we're B'nai Rachmanim, we're people of mercy. And it actually affects our midas, and we're drawing this supernal beard into our daily life. It's actually affecting us on an internal level and on a spiritual level. It's not just a show of religiosity and trying to live up to the customs of our people, so that we can be part of this, whole terrorist organization and get the money we want to be able to have and abuse our wives and all this horrible stuff that they do. Yeah, sorry to be so what's Islamic phobic or something or other. Well, funny enough, Gad Sad is in Eretz Yisrael today. So Gad Sad, I sent him an email. I don't know if you heard of Gad Sad. He's writing right now against suicidal empathy, where people are afraid to talk against the Islamic world. Yeah, I was in there. I've lived with Islamic people. I've been very close. I've been by their homes. I know them well. Yeah, when I was at university, I was boys with them, hanging out with them, hearing all their religious fanaticism, and that was the supposed normal ones. Yeah, and they were trying to bring. And they showed Cat Stevens becoming Yosef Muhammad or Muslim or whatever, Islam, whatever his name was. He ended up working with my uncle as Yosef Islam, but I think he moderated. Well, maybe that's only because he had to, because it basically was destroying him because being a fanatic. But it's during his music career at least. But the point was that what we have to do is realize that we have the true Shin Ayin Nehirin. This is the true lights. These lights, Shin Ayin is actually Gematria Kra. We rip up the Sotan, we rip up the other side. It's Kuf Reish Ayin, is Shin Ayin. It's also the Gematria Eliyahu Eliezer, my name. So this is a Torah that I very much connect to, because it's my actual Hebrew name, named after a Dessler, connects into this concept of Shin Ayin Nehirin Me'irin. Hem Ches Chavarta Gematria B'Sholem. So if you add 8 to Shin Ayin, 370, you get B'Sholem, which is Gematria 370. And remember, we just finished davening. Arachman, we're always asking B'Sholem again and again and again in davening Shmoneh. So we want Sholem. Sham Perek Yudalet Gematria Chashmal Malbush. So if we also put in the chapter 14, it says the same value as Chashmal and Malbush. B'Sholem is Chashmal, which is electric, is also 378, and Malbush, clothing, is also garments, is also 378. Zeh Chashmal Shom Begodim Elyonim Ma'ayin Shin Shel Klipa. Yeah, so this is the concept that Chashmal protects the Sukhanats from the ash. Mash Mem Ayin Shin, which is Mem Ayin Shin Ash, is also Gematria Shin Ayin 370, but it's the opposite. It's the klipa, the shell of it. Ash. The ash will eat them up like garments. I don't know if you've ever seen a moth, but a moth goes around eating your clothes. I don't know, we get them anymore because a lot of our clothes are synthetic.
Yeah,
they're still around. They still exist, and you still see these moths flying around. You think, it's just a nice little bug, whatever. But back in the day, we used to have mothballs everywhere. My Zayda was a Schneider. He used to have a lot of suits in his house. So his Schneider room, his sewing room, had a real smell of mothballs. Or you went into my other grandparents. So from one time they were very wealthy and had a lot of fancy clothing, like fur coats. The fancy clothes of the previous time. And you'd open up the wood cupboard to hang up your jacket, and it would stink of mothballs. Even their room, everything was mothballs. I don't even remember to keep away the moths. So it's something we don't experience so much, but this moth represents this evil forces. It eats up our garments, and that's the Malbush, that's the Chashmal, that's B'Sholem, that's the Shin Ayin Nehirim with the Ches, white hairs of the beard. This is good things that being, God forbid, eaten up by the evil forces. We have to protect ourselves from these evil forces, obviously. This is whoever wants, whoever wants to pour a libation on the Mizbech, they should fill the throats of Torah scholars with wine. Here you find a rabbi, bring him around and have a Fabrengens with him. Make a l'chaim, shalom, Onegs, the house of Leb. Make a l'chaim, bring Rav Shlomo Katz around, Talmedei Chachomim, someone, bring Vishnel, one of the guys from here who's Talmedei Chachomim. Bring him into your house and fill him up with wine. Yeah, it says fill up his throat with wine. That's like bringing a libation on the altar. This is the kingship sovereignty has written, I myself Nasach my king. Yain, Zeh B'chinas Binah, Shoresh B'chora Yain HaMesamech. Yain is the aspect of being Samech. It's the root of the firstborn rights. This is the wine of joy. He's just doing a summary now, the whole Torah. Mizbeach Zeh B'chinas Dinim. This corresponds to judgment. The Mizbeach comes to get rid of the judgments. Talmedei Chachomim Hein B'chinas Netzach and Hod. And Talmedei Chachomim, this corresponds to the two spheres of Netzach and Hod. These are the pillars. So we're going to explain of everything we just said. How do we want to get rid of the judgments. We don't want these Yishmaelim trying to destroy us. Yeah, we don't want to be worried about Iran attacking us. We want to get rid of this judgment. We want Gedalia to get here safely. We want all the Jews to get here safely. We want everyone to be able to travel freely from Eretz Yisrael to the world and back. And it should be without judgment, without worried about missiles. There shouldn't be a terrorist attacks. All that judgment should go away. All the judgment that we carry within ourselves, when we judge people, God forbid, could go away. Mamtik or sweeten all this judgment. Ayidei Sharoshim, through the root. Shu Yain Masamech, this is the yain that makes us happy. Mayasa, the wine that makes us happy. Mayasa Eitza Tova, Ayidei Male Goranam. You want to go get a good advice? Fill up the throats. Ayidei Rikudim, through dancing. Ayidei Pigeon, give them charity. And what's he talking about? Obviously, the Talmedei Chachomim. By giving them wine, by dancing, creating a Fabrengens, creating beautiful events that get people happy, by doing charity with the Tzaddikim and the Talmedei Chachomim, this gets rid of all the judgment. By filling up their throats, like we said, is connected as bringing the yain on the Mizbech, it gets rid of all the judgments. We said the Mizbech is judgments, so by bringing the Korbanos, pouring the Nesach yain, doing the Avoda, and bringing the Chachomim, they bring like Ilo B'china Mizbech into our life, and we can sweeten it, the judgments, through what? Pouring the wine, making samech, happy rabbis. They're perished Talmedei Chachomim, Merabim, Shalom Ba'olam, and we know that Talmedei Chachomim, the real Talmedei Chachomim, promote shalom in the world. Shal Yidam Nimshach Shem Shalom Beis. They draw down the Shem Beis, Shem Shin Ayin Nahorin, and they through the Shem Beis, that's the wine. Then we get the 370 lights. Him Ches Chavata, and together with these white 8 hairs, can match your what? Bashalom. Okay, I don't think we're going to finish the Torah today, but that's what we're here. So Talmedei Chacham Nikram Netzach and Hod, they're Reglayin, Kamo Midrash Shokav Umudei Sheish, Haim Talmedei Chachamim. His legs are like marble pillars. That's a pasuk from Shir Hashem, and these are the Talmedei Chachamim, the Torah scholars. V'gam Mizbech Nikrach Reglayin, Kamo Shekosev Zav Chuzivchei Sedek, Kamo Shekosev Sedek Lefanim Yalech. And righteousness an aspect of feet, and righteousness will walk before him. So just to summarize quickly and just explain what we've learned, and we'll finish off next time this Torah and we'll start talking about the next one, which is Torah Mem Beis, the 42nd Torah, very important Torah. Before we get there, let's just summarize what we just learned. That the idea, we had all the Am Yisrael learning Zvachim, and soon it's going to be Menachos. Learning about the Korbanos, learning about the Mizbech, learning about the Beis HaMikdash, learning and connecting ourselves to Talmedei Chachomim, this gets rid of the judgment, because righteousness is an aspect of feet, and feet are connected to Netzach and Hod. They come out from Netzach and Hod, and we said Netzach and Hod is the Talmedei Chachomim, and everything we'll be learning about giving charity and dancing and using the energy that's connected to that part of ourselves, supporting Torah. This will bring righteousness to walk before us. This will give us a connection to sweeten the judgments, because we'll be at the root. Root is the root of where the judgment says Binah, this higher world of understanding. And the Talmedei Chachomim are all the time. They're learning. You're going to Joshua Sehem. They're constantly learning Shas and learning Poskim. They're bringing down the right kind of judgment, the Torah, the righteousness, giving us the guidance how to keep Hashem's will in this world. The Talmedei Chachomim are the marble pillars. It uses that lashon marble. In the Beis HaMikdash, is Netzach and Hod. There's these two. There's Shayesh, and I think I forgot the name of the second one. But there's 2 pillars in the Beis HaMikdash, because it's Meramis on this reality of the Chachomim of Netzach and Hod. You had Moshe and Aaron. They're the ones to lead us out Mitzrayim in this week's Parshas Bo. Moshe and Aaron are the key fundamental pillars to get us away from the Mitzrayim, from the place of judgment in Mitzrayim, and bring us to a place of Kabbalas Torah. And what does Torah bring? Shalom in the world. True Torah brings B'Shalom. And that's why people who want to separate, God forbid, Torah and bring unity, without Torah there's no unity. It has to have Torah for it to come to unity, true unity. That's so important that people realize it has to be foundations of truth, pillars of truth, and not just floaty-boaty hippie, peace, man. When I was a kid, I thought it was peace and love. What was I missing? Truth. Truth is the third pillar. You have to have that in that concept of peace and love. It has to be founded on truth. Otherwise, you saw what happened to the hippie movement. It got exploited and turned into the whole anti-drug movement, and it just got exploited because it wasn't based on truth. For things to have a kiyum, it has to be based on emes. Emes is the key to everything. The sacrifices which are brought upon the altar synonymous with righteousness, since righteousness walk, righteousness associated with the feet. The sage's statement that translates, whoever wants to pour a libation of wine, whoever would mitigate the judgments in Binah on the altar, or during the Gevuros from Binah down to feet, should fill the throats of Talmedei Chachomim, should advance peace by drawing the Gevuros of Shem and Beis into Netzach and Hod. And this is how we go. And we'll get to the end, mamish the end of the Torah next time. My main point to everyone is that dance, be happy, be sameach, enjoy the fact that we have chachomim, we have sages in our life. Bring them into our homes, learn the Torah, learn Shas, learn poskim, keep growing the minyan, dance around, have simcha, and make a l'chaim, enjoy. The Yiddishkeit should be joyful, it should have passion, it should have energy, it should have warmth. Gedalia Fence is coming here. The main thing he says, what Rabbi Nachman is bringing, for our generation, what we need is warmth to Yiddishkeit, warm Jewish Judaism. It should be warm, it should be welcoming. The family minyan, everyone wants to come here because it's warm, geschmack. Judaism is lovely, it's great, it's the best thing there is, and we have to keep building that, promote that truth, and that will warm up the Jewish hearts and open them up to Hashem. And once we're with Hashem, everything will be b'shalom. Amen. Amen. It's a beautiful Shabbos. Oh yeah.